If you haven't been cleaning your Klaviyo list recently, you're paying the price, literally. With Klaviyo's recent price hikes, you're paying more for simply using the platform, and you're also paying for all the active profiles in your account, no matter how engaged or real these profiles are. In other words, you might be paying thousands of extra a month just because you haven't identified the unengaged or fake email addresses on your list and taking time to remove them from there. Well, I've got good news for you, because in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to fully automate your list cleaning with Klaviyo webhooks, saving you hours and hours of manual work while reducing your active profile costs and improving your deliverability. This is the exact SOP we use across our clients to suppress unengaged and risky contacts automatically, clean out spam traps and fake accounts, cut costs on inflated active profiles, and keep deliverability strong and inbox placement high. You're going to be learning how to set up suppression flows for each suppression segment that we recommend setting up, how to configure the webhooks and the JSON body you need to do this flow, and then how to auto suppress profiles in real time without any manual work ever again. This is one of the most efficient retention ops upgrades we've implemented for all of our e-commerce clients across other industries in 2025. And if you're serious about growing with clean data and great deliverability and saving your Klaviyo costs, this walkthrough is for you. So now, without further ado, let's get straight into the SOP and walk you through the whole process of setting this up. So here's the SOP that we use internally, and I'm going to walk you through this whole thing right now. So for each suppression list and list cleaning segment we want to suppress, we are creating an automated flow where a webhook triggers whenever a person joins a given flow and then suppresses that profile automatically. This way, the list cleaning will be fully automated. It will keep the list squeaky clean, and it will minimize the platform costs that are needed since Klaviyo is billing based on active profiles, like I already mentioned. The objective of this SOP is to outline the steps to clone and automate the list cleaning process for any Klaviyo account, ensuring efficient suppression of unwanted segments in real time. And what this does for you in return is that it saves you hours of time on a monthly basis. It improves your deliverability and inbox placement, so you're not going to be landing in spam anymore. And it also cuts your Klaviyo active profile costs by hundreds or even thousands of dollars a month, just because you're only keeping these actual, real, and authentic profiles on your list and sending to those. And here are all of the segments we want to build and suppress automatically. So different brands and different email providers have different ways of setting these up, but we have been really focused on optimizing deliverability for a long time. So we have a really deep process and comprehensive process for excluding and suppressing and cleaning the list of all of the unwanted profiles. And how do we want to do it? And I'm going to give you all of the segment conditions here, and then after that I'm going to go into showing you how you can create these flows to automatically suppress all of these segments in real time, all the time. So we're going to be creating basically 6 different suppression segments. First one is the suppression segment like this, and this is basically all of the people who went through your sunset flow. So people who haven't been engaging with your emails in multiple months. We are sending them this automated email asking if they want to stay on the list. If they don't want to stay on the list, if they don't click the email, they're going to be getting this suppress is true property on their Klaviyo profile, and after that we're going to be able to say that okay, these people need to be suppressed. We're going to be doing also an SMS suppression segment in case you're doing SMS. So suppressing all of the people who haven't been engaging with your SMS in a long time. You have the conditions here. We're going to be doing spam trap segment. So this is basically a segment of profiles who have been receiving your emails but have never taken any kind of action, haven't been opening emails, clicking emails, haven't been active on your site, haven't built any products, added to cart, checkout, started checkout, or place order ever in the time that they have been on the list. And this segment basically means that when you find a profile like this, it's pretty much like a fake profile, or somebody has set up like a profile of like 123 at Gmail or something, and then they just are not a real person even. And in this case, we of course want to suppress them because we don't want to keep those people on the list, messing up with your deliverability or costing you money on a monthly basis. So that's one we want to suppress. Then we have spam trap role accounts. This is a really long segment that we have been building over a long time. This contains like all of the non-personal email accounts like help at or staff at or team at sales at whatever. Then it also contains all of those fake addresses like 123 at and abc at and so on. And then it also contains different kinds of like suppression, or like these hostmaster addresses, for example. These kind of addresses that join on your list, they're not real addresses. They're just checking out if you're actually following the best practices of email sending. And you also want to get those off your list, because if you don't, they're going to be seeing that you're not following the best practices, you're not cleaning the list regularly, and that's going to hurt your deliverability as well. And how to set this segment up, it's going to take a long time if you just put this all one by one into the segment. But you can use Klaviyo's AI segment builder to build this with this prompt below here. So you can just take this prompt, put it into Klaviyo segment builder, and it will build a segment for you. So this is the one that you can use. We've created it for you already. The other one, chronic bounces, is the fifth suppression segment we want to be having. So basically, profiles who have bounced, their email has bounced at least 4 times over all time. So basically, this probably means that they are not using the inbox anymore. It's full or whatever. And bounce is a really negative engagement signal. It's going to hurt your deliverability if people are bouncing all the time. We want to minimize the bounce rates, and that's why we want to be cleaning these people off the list who are not opening the emails, who are not receiving the emails, but the emails are just bouncing straight away. And then the sixth and final suppression segment that we recommend having is the never engaged 120 days. So basically, everyone who has been on your list for at least 120 days, received an email at least 10 times over all time, but they have never opened an email or never clicked an email. You want to be suppressing those as well, because they're not going to be active anytime in the future either. There might be some people who become active, but like 99% of the cases they won't, and that's why it's a numbers game. You want to take them off the list, and it's going to do more good for you than trying to keep every single individual who might sometimes become active in the distant future or something. And they can always, like, if they want to become active later, they can just subscribe again, and then they're going to be on your list. So it's not a problem in that case, in that sense. All right, so that's basically all of the segments that we want to be building, and the suppression segments that we want to be suppressing on a real-time basis now with this automated list cleaning process. If you don't have this automated process in place, you want to be suppressing those people anyways, like on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, as often as you manage to do it. But just by setting up this automated list cleaning thing, this is really easy to set up with the instructions I have here. It's just a little bit technical, but following these, it's going to be really, really plug and play for you to set up in a couple of minutes. And after that, it's going to be doing your list cleaning in real time for you from now on till eternity. So I'm going to walk you through the whole process right now. Step 1, you need to build the flow from scratch. So let's go into our own Klaviyo account that doesn't have any active, it's just a placeholder account for our own agency or our own business. So basically, I'm going to be going here to the flows, and I'm going to build a flow from here. Build your own. I'm going to name it something like, so let's take this one from here. Let's name it like this, and then we can tag it with like suppression flow. Create the tag there, so you can then find these flows whenever you need to. So this is flow name. We're going to be building it, and then we're going to be setting it up as a segment triggered flow. So in here, set the trigger to segment triggered and select your suppression segment. So you're going to be doing the flow for all of these segments separately, but the actual content in the flow is just the same. You just need to have a different trigger, so it's going to be working for all of these. So let's go to add it to segment. Let's take suppression segment, and then let's press save. So this is going to be the trigger for the flow. Now, then you need to add an action to the flow. So the action here is webhook. You're going to be putting it here, and then you're going to be naming the webhook. You can name it like automated suppression webhook. And then after that, you can save it first so it exists. And then after that, you're going to be just configuring the webhook itself. So this is going to be the thing that actually creates the auto suppression and auto list cleaning for you. So first of all, destination URL, you're going to be taking it from here, just plugging and playing it. So destination URL, paste it here. All right. Then you're going to be going here to headers. So accept is going to be the first one, key. And then you're going to be having 4 different ones of these. So you're going to be adding accept, revision, authorization, and then content type. And then you're going to be copy pasting all of these into the flow webhook headers. And then you're going to be doing the same thing for values. So value is application /JSON. So putting it here, then this one, putting it here, then the next one, putting it here. So basically Klaviyo API key, and there's like empty space here, and then your private API key. And I'm going to explain this soon, but let's put it for here for now as a placeholder. And then the last one here, another application /JSON. So this is going to be put here. What you also need to do is that you need to take the JSON body. So this is going to be the one that suppresses the contact's email when the flow is triggered. So you're going to be taking this from here, like this, copying this, then going here, and then pasting it here. So now it exists here. Now press save. And now what you need to do next is that you need to replace this private API key with the real key you're going to be generating in next step. So let's go to step 3 and explain how it goes. So you need to go to account, settings, and API keys. And then you need to click create private API key. And you need to name it something that you will recognize it from in the future. So let's now just keep this flow here for a second, and let's go to the API section so I can show you how to do this. So here, let's go settings. Let's go to API keys, and then private API keys, create private API key, then full access key, and name it something like, list cleaning webhook key. Take it from here, name it like this, press create, and then here is the API key that you're going to be getting. So you're going to be copying this, and you're also going to be saving this as a text file, because you're never going to see this API key again here. So if you need it in the future again, you need to have it stored somewhere. So I would recommend saving it and then storing it somewhere, Google Drive or, an internal hard drive or wherever you want to store these to keep them safe and keep them private, not, disclose them to the public. I'm going to be removing this after the video, so nobody can do any harm with it. But for the sake of this video, this is how it works. So I now took the webhook, I, copied it and pasted it. I copied it from there, and now I'm going to go back to the suppression flow that we just created. So it's going to be, let's see, this one here. Going back here, and then to the placeholder place Klaviyo API key. You're going to need to remove the placeholder text here, and then you're going to need to paste the new one that you just got here. So press save. Okay, and now you have it. So now you go back here, and the next thing you need to do is to test the flow. So use preview and test in the webhook action. So let's go back here. Let's show how it's done. So press preview. Then you need to take like a profile from here. Now it's previewing as myself. So let's send test request and then successfully send webhook. This means that it's working right now. In case you got like an error here, you would need to troubleshoot and see that all of these are correct. Like if there's even one extra, space or something like that, it's not going to work. But whenever it gives you the green light and successful webhook, it means that it's working properly. So now, good for us, it's working. We know that it's working. And what you need to do next is basically just, you could even go to profiles, suppress profile, and check that the profile actually was suppressed that I was, testing there. But for now, for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna, do it like that, and you pretty much know that it's working when you're getting the success message and notification after doing the test and preview there. So the next step is just to activate the flow and then backfill the flow if you want to, start automatically suppressing all of the profiles who already exist in the segments. So for example, if you have already like 100 people in the suppression segment and you want to also suppress them with the flow, you're going to be doing it in a way that you go here, you press flow to go live. So now the whole flow is live, and then you go to manage flow, add past profiles at the beginning, add profiles, and then you are waiting until you're getting a confirmation that basically says that every past profile has been added to the flow. So usually it should come in a couple of seconds. Let's see if it comes. If it doesn't, we can then just move on. But usually it happens here really fast. For some reason we're not seeing the confirmation right now, but we did the backfill process. So this is how you do it, and then you just wait until the confirmation appears here. So that's basically it. And then what you need to do, now you already have the flow live, and now it's going to be suppressing the suppression segment automatically. So this is everything you need to do, really simple. However, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, in our systems, we are really comprehensive with the suppression and list cleaning. So we have multiple of these different list cleaning segments, and we want to create the same flow for all of these segments separately. And how you do it, you're just basically, now that you have this flow, you're just basically going here, you're going to create flow, build your own flow again. You're going to be naming it again, like basically the same thing. So you're going to be naming it like, let's take it from here, automated suppression flow, but this time it's SMS suppression segment. You're going to be giving it the same tag. You're going to be creating the flow. You're going to be having added to segment, SMS suppression segment this time. And then you're going to be adding the webhook and doing all of the same stuff again. I'm not going to be going through this in this video, but you're just going to be adding the same information in here putting live, backfilling, adding past profiles, everything like we just did for the first one. After that, you're going to be repeating the process for all of the suppression segments you want to be automatically suppressing in real time. And that's everything you really need to do. After that, you're pretty much done. And when all of those flows are live, it's going to be automatically suppressing them in real time from now until eternity, basically. And do we have something more here? No, so that's pretty much it. And here are all of the segments, like I mentioned already at the start. Here are all of the segments that you want to be doing these flows for. I gave you the conditions for building these segments, and now you can just duplicate the flow based on the steps here for suppression segment, SMS suppression segment, spam trap role accounts, chronic bounces, and never engaged 120 days. And each suppression condition should have its own webhook, flow, and segment trigger, like I said. Now, this is the whole tutorial. Before ending this video, I'm going to be giving a couple of words about us. So CrowTrigger is the #1 Klaviyo partner in Finland. We specialize in retention marketing for Shopify brands. We've helped over 50 e-commerce clients grow profitably while generating 35 to 55% of their total revenue through email and SMS marketing. And if you have any questions on the strategies I explained in this video, or you want to learn more about them, or you just want us to help you implement all of these strategies for you, fully done for you, you can go ahead and book your free consultation call or take your 60-second email health quiz from the links below. So here's my call booking link, and then here's my partner Olli's call booking link. He's handling the Nordic side of the market, the Finnish-speaking market as well. So you can book a call from him if you are on that side of market. And then if you want to take your 60-second email health quiz and get instant personalized recommendations, you're going to be able to press this link here and take the quiz. And here at the bottom, you can find more information about us, our LinkedIn profiles, our social media profiles, my YouTube channel, our website, and then our case studies if you're into those. But that's everything for this video. I hope you got some value out of it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.